A school bully pushed the quiet black girl too far, not knowing her father wasn't just a man. He was the most feared crime boss in the city. Like seeing karma served cold smash that like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories where silence hides power. Let's begin. Ava Moretti didn't stand out at West Ridge High. Small, soft-spoken, alone. Other students saw a loner. But behind the silence was a secret. Her father, Vincent Moretti, was the most dangerous man in the city, a feared mafia boss who ruled from the shadows. Connor Hayes ruled the school the way his father ruled hotels, with wealth and arrogance. When he spotted Ava quiet and unprotected, he picked her out like prey. But she didn't flinch. And that disturbed him more than anything. He pushed her, tripped her in halls, mocked her lunch in the cafeteria, called her names. But Ava never reacted, never cried, never even looked away. Just silence. Calm. Unshaken. Until one day, Connor crossed the line and everything changed. He stomped her food, humiliated her in front of the whole school, and doctored her photo to spread online, branding her as Psycho Moretti. What he didn't know. That photo was sent directly to her father, and Vincent Moretti had rules. No one touches his daughter. Vincent Moretti didn't scream, didn't make calls. He simply stared at the distorted photo of his daughter, tapped the cigar ash into a crystal tray, and said 5 words. Make this disappear. Then him. By the next morning, every post mocking Ava vanished. Students who shared it lost access to accounts. Some received anonymous messages with one sentence, delete it, or be deleted. Connor shrugged it off. Rich, arrogant, untouchable. That's what he believed. Until the calls stopped. Until his car tires were slashed. Until a shadow followed him home and disappeared before he could look back. That night, Vincent called Gregory Hayes. Keep your boy out of my daughter's face, or I'll bury your empire beside his ego. Gregory tried to reason, but his voice cracked. He knew Vincent wasn't bluffing. Gregory turned to Connor, who laughed it off. He's just some gangster. But Gregory wasn't laughing. You're leaving town. Connor refused. So Vincent sent a car. A black sedan pulled up outside Connor's party. 2 men in suits approached, calm and polite. Mr. Moretti would like to talk. Connor laughed until he looked inside the car and saw Vincent's eyes. In the car, Vincent never raised his voice. He didn't have to. You made my daughter bleed. Now you'll understand how quickly I make people disappear. Connor stammered, apologized. But Vincent only smiled. You don't get to say sorry now. You get to obey. That week, Connor Hayes was gone. Sent to a boarding school in Switzerland, or so the story went. No one heard from him again. West Ridge High changed overnight. Ava walked the halls in silence, the same silence she always carried. But now no one mocked her. No one dared. They didn't fear her. They feared the silence behind her, the ones who laughed before. Now they lowered their heads. Not because she threatened them, but because she didn't need to. That was the scariest power of all. Rumors spread. A black car at the Hayes mansion. A man with eyes like ice. Vincent Moretti. Some said he bought the school. Others said he bought silence. Ava never corrected them. She just walked. Alone. Untouched. Unbothered. When Lena Parker, once Connor's loudest follower, tried to apologize, Ava said nothing. She didn't need revenge. She had her father's silence, and that was louder. In class, teachers grew softer around her. Her papers were graded with more care. The lunch ladies served her first. Power moves in quiet waves. One day, a new student laughed at her name. The class froze. He didn't understand why. Until the principal called him down. And he returned pale. He never laughed again. Vincent never visited the school, but his shadow did. Every hallway, every whisper, every silence. He'd made sure no one ever touched his daughter again. Gregory Hayes sold his hotel chain, moved to a quieter city. His voice never fully recovered, his eyes always glancing over his shoulder. West Ridge High students stopped laughing at the quiet ones. They started wondering who their fathers might be. Ava never bragged. She didn't post threats or wear labels. But when she walked, it was like the floor made space for her. Respect is a quiet thing. The bullies didn't disappear, but the courage to be cruel faded. Ava didn't ask for fear. She just asked to be left alone, and finally she was. She ate lunch by the window, same spot as before. But this time, people waited for her to finish before speaking. The table next to hers, always empty. Lena transferred out, said the school wasn't the same. But everyone knew it wasn't the school, it was her. She'd lost power and couldn't live without it. Some called Ava lucky, others called her terrifying. But they all understood one thing. She had a line behind her no one could cross. Vincent didn't need to visit again. His message had sunk in. West Ridge had learned it's not always the loud ones you should fear. It's the ones who never flinch. Years later, someone painted a mural in the back hallway, a girl standing alone, calm with fire in her eyes. No label, just one phrase beneath her. Silence is power. Ava graduated top of her class. No celebration, no party, just a note left on her desk. You carried yourself with dignity. I handled the rest. Dad. She applied to college on her own. No favors, no names dropped. She didn't want the world to fear her. She wanted them to respect her. At graduation, the principal stumbled on her name, hesitant. Ava walked to the stage, shook his hand, and smiled slightly. He flinched. She didn't. In college, no one knew who her father was. And that's how she wanted it. New city, new story. Still the same Ava, silent, sharp, and sure of herself. But even far away when she walked past bullies, they instinctively moved, as if they felt something. A chill. A presence. Something bigger behind her. She didn't carry her father's name, she carried the legacy. Not of violence, but of presence. Not of threats, but of consequence. Ava Moretti had never said much. She never needed to. Her power wasn't in words, it was in the stillness she carried, and the silence everyone remembered. Vincent never spoke of the Connor incident again. He didn't need to. Ava hadn't needed to raise her voice, and Vincent hadn't needed to raise a finger. Because when you move with silence, even kings step back. And Ava Moretti, she didn't become feared. She became untouchable. As Ava started college, the old memories faded into whispers. But she never forgot. Not the fear in Connor's eyes. Not the way power shifts without a sound. She studied psychology, quietly dissecting what made people fear and what made them change. She didn't speak of her past. She didn't need to. Those who knew didn't ask. Those who didn't learned quickly not to test her. Professors respected her insights. Classmates gravitated toward her calm confidence. One day, a freshman girl approached her. Nervous, soft voice. They're picking on me. In the dorms. Ava looked at her the same look she once gave Connor. Who, she asked. The girl gave a name. Ava simply nodded. That night, the problem stopped. No one knew how or why. The bullies apologized, left campus weeks later. But Ava never said a word. And that girl? She never forgot the moment someone stood up for her, without ever needing to stand at all. Vincent watched from afar. The news clippings, the perfect grades, the community work. His daughter had become her own kind of legend. No threats, no blood, just quiet strength, the best kind. He called her on her birthday. You good? He asked. Ava smiled into the phone. I'm always good, Dad. He paused. I'm proud of you. She didn't respond. She didn't have to. They both knew what that meant. And that was the story of Ava Moretti, the girl who never raised her voice. but whose silence spoke louder than anyone else ever could.